Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Especially the Chinese kind of fighting. So what the Chinese do is use civilian ships. So nobody's going to fire on a civilian ship. You probably think that this has washing machines and microwave containers or something like that. America has never fought, as I mentioned before, unfortunately, America has never fought anyone bigger in size or even slightly smaller than America. Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. And most importantly, there are many viewers, many amongst you who do watch our videos but do not subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. This gives us the boost. This gives us the energy to do this on a daily basis because that is what we do. Every morning we get up, do our research, and somewhere during the day we record this video so that you can see it. Every evening, IST 6 p.m. or IST 8 p.m., 6 p.m. for Hindi and 8 p.m. for English. Requires a lot of effort, and your subscription or your pressing that bell icon and the subscription button would mean the world to us. So please do it. So friends, the first news of the day is by Seymour Hersh. And you know, Seymour Hersh is one of the most iconic correspondents, most iconic journalists in the world. He's the guy who exposed this My Lai massacre in Vietnam. And I think it was in 1970, if I'm not mistaken, he got the Pulitzer Prize for that. Fantastic guy. And some people say that whatever Seymour Hersh writes, you know, it has been done after or written after tremendous research. And this man is believed blindly. And I believe in Seymour Hersh too. And Seymour Hersh writes something very shocking, very surprising. And wait till you hear this. Zelensky, president of Ukraine, has been buying oil from Russia. And hold on, wait a minute, that's not enough. Zelensky has been buying oil from Russia by money supplied by the United States of America. And hang on, don't go away, it gets better. Till now, Zelensky and his cabinet have skimmed, as in corruption, of $400 million US and counting. And who has made money? The Russians have made money. The Ukrainian cabinet under Zelensky has made money, and Zelensky has made money. And they say that over $400 million have been made, and the CIA knows about it. All right? The CIA knows about it. And they say, and I'm quoting, one estimate by analysts from the Central Intelligence Agency put the embezzled funds at $400 million last year. This is in 2022. At least, another expert compared the level of corruption in Kiev as approaching that of Afghan war. Zelensky's been buying discount diesel from Russians. Listen to this. This is the American CIA. The intelligence official from the American CIA says Zelensky has been buying discount diesel from the Russians. And who's paying for the oil and gas? We are. We as in the Americans. Putin and his oligarchs are making millions on it. The issue of corruption was directly raised with Zelensky in a meeting last January in Kiev with CIA Director William Burns. The senior generals and government officials in Kiev were angry at what they saw as Zelensky's greed. So Burns told the Ukrainian president because he was taking a larger share of the skim money than was going to the generals. Acha, very good. So people in Ukraine were very upset with this. William Burns, the CIA director, he lands in Ukraine. He confronts Zelensky and his cabinet. And he says, hey, I'm the director of CIA and here's proof that you're corrupt. You're taking advantage of war. You're taking advantage of the death of your own citizens and Russian citizens. Soldiers dying on both the sides. Russia is attacking you. You are counter-attacking, whatever. But the fact of the matter is you're using this war to enrich yourself. Now, that's a very American thing to do. So I don't think that the Americans should be complaining. You know, after all, American corporations, American weapons manufacturers made billions and trillions in the Afghan war. I wonder why the Americans are complaining. But the fact of the matter is, Zelensky was the poster boy in this David versus Goliath story. And everybody and his uncle was saying that Zelensky is such a fine guy and look at him. He's standing up to the Russian bear and Russian bullying and he's giving it back to the Russians and he's broken the teeth of the Russians and he's sent them packing. And then it comes to light that the CIA knew all along and still knows that Zelensky is skimming the cream. Zelensky is corrupt. Zelensky is buying diesel from the Russians. Seymour Hersh's story, and you know, there it is. So before I move on to the next story, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you that on 29th of April, this 29th of April, we are having the Chanakya dialogues in Delhi. Now, this is a live event. This is a conclave that is happening at the PhD Chambers of Commerce at the August Kranti Marg in New Delhi, and the who's who of the national security establishment will be there. I'm not at a liberty to reveal the names right now. I'm not at a liberty to say the names of the people because there are so many considerations here. But closer to the event, I will tell you on this platform who all are coming, and you'll see it in posters and flyers on social media. But those of you who wish to attend this conclave physically, there's a link in the description. Please go there and please subscribe. When you click on that link, it takes you to a certain page on our website. Our website is chanakyaforum.com. This link will take you to the website. Just fill out your details and punch. Our team will select a few people, who will be then invited to attend on the 29th of April. It's a Saturday. It's an off for you. And I think you should attend. You should go and press that link. And I'll be waiting there personally to welcome all of you to that function, to our conclave. Now, the next item that I have here is that the leaked documents, we sort of shared this news with you a few days back that there were leaked documents from the Pentagon and, massive leaks on Russia, Ukraine. And we also told you how US and European special forces, especially the British special forces, were active in Ukraine. Now, according to those leaks, it is said that Taiwan is highly vulnerable to Chinese air attack. Now, they're saying that, Taiwan is unlikely to thwart Chinese military air superiority in a cross-strait conflict, especially when, China is using civilian ships. So it becomes you're not supposed to do that, You're not supposed to do that. We soldiers like to paint war as honorable. Now, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And the Chinese have clearly decided that it never was and never will be, especially the Chinese kind of fighting. So what the Chinese do is use civilian ships. So nobody's going to fire on a civilian ship. You probably think that this has washing machines and microwave containers or something like that, something non-threatening, maybe washing powder or toothbrushes or something like that, China makes everything, and you think this is going to Taiwan or some other place, export from China, and nobody knows it has tanks inside, and it has helicopters inside, and it has maybe 5,000 infantrymen inside. Nobody knows. China does that on a regular basis. So this is pretty much it. The assessments state that Taiwan officials doubt their air defenses can accurately detect missile launches. In another news, US to sell Taiwan NASAMS. So what the US is trying to sell Taiwan is 4 sets of Norwegian advanced surface-to-air missiles. Now, there are domestically developed missiles called Tianjin-2, which is Sky Sword in Taiwanese or Chinese. This NASAMS, this surface-to-air missile, will be used to defend key areas including military airports and government sites in Taipei. NASAMS combines the MPQ-64 Sentinel radar compatibility, blah, blah, and blah, essentially. Okay, not to get into details. Essentially, this type of missile, this surface-to-air missile, which is used for incoming aerial threats, is going to be deployed at key installations around Taiwan. Because currently, they don't have air defense capability to match the Chinese air threat. This is the crux of the entire matter. And America is arming the Taiwanese. This is one thing that I don't like about the Americans, If they believed in Ukraine, they should have put troops in Ukraine. And this is what I don't like about the Europeans also. You don't put your money where your mouth is, You just mouth platitudes and expect the world to do your bidding. Now that it comes to light, according to Seymour Hersh's article, that Zelensky is corrupt. I wonder why NATO did not put troops in Ukraine. They should have. They should put troops in Taiwan. you're just egging on a people to fight somebody who's, bigger. And America has never fought, as I mentioned before, unfortunately, America has never fought anyone bigger in size or even slightly smaller than America. All America's wars are like matches that have been fixed. All of these matches are fixed. America will fight in Iraq. It will fight in Libya. It will fight in Afghanistan. America will never fight a China or a Russia. I wonder why. They're just giving money to the Taiwanese and giving weapons to the Taiwanese and taking money from the Taiwanese because the Taiwanese have money, they have sufficient money. But the fact of the matter is, if China actually attacks Taiwan, is America going to be there? Why doesn't America simply talk to the Taiwanese and put up a base there? And tell the world, though they have said it before, Joe Biden has said it, but having a military base in Taiwan will make all the difference. Yes, it will rattle the Chinese. Yes, it might even preempt an attack. All that is likely to happen. But at the same time, it sends a message to the rest of the world that America walks the talk. And America is not, only waging war on countries which are this size. America is not afraid. I think this is the message that America needs to pass on to the world. Why only fight smaller countries? If China is threatening you, if China is threatening your allies, where are you, America? Where is NATO? Where is NATO? In another good positive message for India, the Ugandan envoy, High Commissioner of Uganda to India, Joyce Kakura Masti Kikafunda. Okay, this is Joyce is a lady's name, so we'll call it a her. High Commissioner of Uganda to India. She says, in Prime Minister Modi, we look at him as a friend. He visited Uganda in 2018, and after his visit, things have never been the same. Relations became activated, and the level of friendship increased. So, as I said, I've been saying this for 2-3 days now. I've said it yesterday. Uganda, Mozambique, and other countries of Africa. What we are doing is non-predatory. We are not doing the Chinese kind of things, We are helping people with water, with food, with education, stuff like that. We are not saying, hey, you bunch of poor people who are dying of starvation. What you actually need is a glitzy new international airport built at a cost of $5 billion US. We'll give you the money, you give the money back to Chinese contractors, and then you pay us back over 99 years. Or this land is ours. We don't do that. India has never done it. And this is exactly what the Ugandan envoy to India is saying, that India is a friend. And Prime Minister Modi, always says his friendship with Africa in general and in Uganda in particular, it has no strings attached. I think this is a very big statement by Prime Minister Modi. He says, it has no strings attached. You don't owe us anything here. We don't, the millions that we are spending in Uganda, okay? You don't owe us anything. There are no strings attached. There is nothing that you have to do this for us when we do this for you. We are not the Chinese, we are Indians, okay? We might not have the checkbook of the Chinese, but our intent is very clear, and it's a clean intent. You owe us nothing. Okay, it has no strings attached. This is what Prime Minister Modi said. Very good. Now, pressure is mounting on China to offer debt relief to poor countries facing default. There are so many countries, who have taken money from China, and China has lent more than 500 billion to developing countries. 500 billion US dollars it has lent, and those countries are unable to pay China. That was China's game all along, and now China is being pressurized by countries all over the world, including developed countries who have not taken any money from China, but they are now pressurizing China that, you have to restructure this debt, you have to delay this debt because these countries can't pay back. And this $500 billion that China has given out. Now, China can take land in lieu. China has enough money. China can take so many things in lieu, but the fact of the matter is, this is getting China a horrible, horrible reputation in the world. Right? Because corrupt leadership takes money from China. Like in case of Pakistan, corrupt leadership takes money. But the people of Pakistan will have to pay it back. Right? Shehbaz Sharif, Nawaz Sharif, and all the Sharifs and the Badmashis of Pakistan, they'll go to London. But the debt will stand in Pakistan. And it is the poor Pakistani people who will have to pay back the Chinese debt. And this is happening across the world in all developing countries. So ladies and gentlemen, with this I come to the end of this video. Please like this video. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, especially those of you who watch our videos but haven't subscribed. Please subscribe. We depend upon you to raise our morale so that we can go on day after day producing content for you. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.